And our last and final topic, we're going to talk Bob Chapek.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to talk Bob Chapek. Now, this was fascinating. This was kind of reported with all the, well, not really the mainstream media. Even Deadline didn't mention this, by the way, which is actually brought up to me by our friend Alia, because Deadline for like basically ever since Chapek took the job have been writing all kinds of hit pieces on him because he's not really like super pro theater. And it's like they didn't mention in that article from Deadline from the Expo that Chapek got booed. I'm like, if Deadline's not reporting on it, it wasn't that resounding of a boo. Well, we'll let you at home decide. We'll let you at home decide because we got the video.
We got 2 videos here, and we always want to give credit. So this is coming from TMMYLPS. There's something in there probably. We'll play the first one. You tell us. Here we go.
Play it like, because it's kind of short. I think it's only like a few seconds. Sure. Well, actually, what is it, 43 seconds? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll go back.
Yeah, go back. Like do twice. Just because we got to really listen. We got to really listen to this because this is interesting.
Well, thank you so much. And let's give another big round of applause to the Disney on Broadway cast of Lion King, Aladdin, and Frozen.
Okay, one more time.
Well, thank you so much. And let's give another big round of applause to the Disney on Broadway cast of Lion King, Aladdin, and Frozen.
All right, now I'll play this another video just so that you have a little bit,
different angles.
Different angles, different part. Hey, if that one was doctored, maybe this one wouldn't be. And this is, we're going to go ahead and give credit. Carly Wiesel right here. This is the one. Oh, come on. Don't tell me I lost it. Okay, I got it. But say, I was like, don't tell me. No. Okay, Carly Wiesel. Here we go.
Here we go.
Right there. I didn't say anything on any of our videos, but I remember telling OG before this that I was pretty sure a booing was going to happen just because it's... Look, listen, I'm a Disney fan myself, so I can't necessarily, just besmirch everybody and, paint with a too broad a brush. Disney fans, man. Sometimes they just can't help themselves, right? They're a very passionate fan base. They're very, kind of emotionally driven fan base. And sometimes that emotion comes out. And sometimes it comes out in ways that we don't necessarily like. And I thought, D23 Expo with this kind of fandom, I thought there was a likelihood that there was going to be some kind of booing at play. Now, I had forgotten that the Legend Panels is hosted by the CEO, but I was thinking that he was going to only make appearances at the studio panels, where it's a very kind of highly controlled environment, let's say, right?
Yeah.
At least in terms of coverage. So I thought, okay, we're probably going to have disparate reports, right? Some people are going to say there wasn't booing. Some people were going to say there was. Apparently, anybody who was there is saying that there was booing, right? And while it's not necessarily prominent in that video that we play, I think the previous one showed a little bit more, like you could hear a little bit more.
They were like, yeah.
But it's kind of mixed in there, right? So, and I kind of thought that's how it was going to go, and yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't, like, here's the thing, like, you read these headlines, oh, Chapek gets booed, and I'm expecting, like, when I hear this, I'm expecting, like, just a resounding, the crowd is just boo, boo. It's really not that. It's like 4 or 5 people in the crowd going boo, boo. I mean, you really have to listen to this stuff to even make it out.
Right.
And that's the thing too. This is the thing that drives me nuts. You literally paid a ticket. You literally paid essentially Chapek to go boo him. Oh, take that, Chapek. Yeah, you really showed him, huh? You gave him money so you can sit there and boo him. Like, he doesn't give a shit about your boo. And there were, I don't know. For me, it was kind of stupid. Number one, I think it's a bad look for fans. Look, you don't make Chapek look bad when you do that. It makes the fandom look bad. They already think the fandom is nuts. They do. because of a lot of the stuff. If you ever watched the Imagineering story on Disney Plus, Kim Irvine gets into it about the threats that she received and all kinds of crazy stuff over the addition of the IP in Small World. Right. Fandom. This makes us look bad as a community, you know, and it's a detriment to the fandom. And look, I don't want. Chapek is already an introverted guy. He's not out there. He's not a natural extrovert like a Bob Iger. So it takes a lot for a guy like him, I think, to get out there in the first place, right? I don't want this guy to get harassed and heckled every time he gets out in public. So then he never comes out. So we have him in the bunker all the time. I don't want that. The booing doesn't accomplish anything. He's not going to lower your Magic Key pass. He's not going to give you more reservations because 4 people in the audience booed. It accomplishes nothing. It's not effective. If you really want to send Chapek a message, then stop renewing your Magic Key, or don't buy the merch, or don't get Genie Plus. But nobody wants to give up that stuff. They want to do petty, immature, childish crap like this in the audience, and boom. Shame on you. I completely condemn it.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Let me listen to this real fast when they leave the stage here. Do we hear anything more?
Hello, Disney fans, and welcome to D23 Expo 2022.
Okay.
It sure
Pretty good.
feels great to be back with all of you.
I don't hear anything there. So it looks like it was just front loaded there. Look, I think it's petty. I wouldn't do it. I mean, it accomplishes nothing. It embarrasses the entire community. Honestly, it's a bad look. There's a certain professionalism. There's a certain decorum that you maintain when you're at these public events. It's
embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to all of us, honestly.
Yeah, and we want them to take us seriously. So when we do complain about stuff, they're like, okay, you know, they respect us and you want them to listen to you. And when you do stuff like this, you completely kind of what's the word for it?
Well, you undercut. You
undercut.
Yeah.
Exactly it. That's exactly what it is. And it's there's so many other ways fans to get the message across. And the number one thing is voting with your wallet. But again, no one wants to ever do that. Everyone wants to just keep handing him his money. They even did it in this case, which I mentioned. It's hilarious. You literally bought a ticket, which basically benefits Bob Chapek, because this event, this D23, by the way, sold out faster than in 2019.
Yeah. So
you all lined up in droves, even faster than you did before, to give this man your money so you can boo him. You think he cares about your boo? Come on. You just look like a jackass from the audience.
I would, like I said, I would have done it, because it's I mean, if you look, this is okay. It's you're buying a ticket to D23 Expo, Disney 23, right? It's Bob Chapek's Disney. That's what you bought the ticket for. You knew that's what you're getting. You knew that you might see him there, and you react like this. I don't know, man.
Disappointing.
Disappointing.
You know what, Chapek? I think that if you're watching, man, Chapek, if you're watching this, right? Mm-hmm. I think you can take a little bit of advice from my favorite comedian, Cat Williams. And that advice goes a little something like this. Here we go. Here we go. A little advice, Chapek, from Mr. Cat Williams.
You gotta be grateful. You need haters. What the fuck is you complaining about? What the fuck do you think a hater's job is? To fucking hate. So let them motherfuckers do their goddamn job.
There you go. That's all I can say about that. Let them do their goddamn job. Let them hate.
That's something. Okay, well, now we are completely demonetized, and we're age restricted now. Fantastic. But hey, no, Cat Williams is right, though. I mean, let them hate. You know, that's what they're gonna do. I wouldn't let this affect you in terms of what you're doing, right? Both for, against, whatever. Stay the course. You know, I think it's tough because Disney's kind of in survival mode right now. Really, honestly, they're in this kind of point in which they're recovering, right? And they're collecting, kind of this kind of revenue growth in order to pay off debts and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So we're not in necessarily thrive mode. And when we're in thrive mode, that's when we get big capital expenditures. That's when we get big investments. That's when people get really, really excited. And we've been in this mode for so long that I think the fandom, morale's kind of down, and people kind of have their what is it? The people that they blame for that and all that kind of stuff, and they feel it's Chapek. Okay, I get it. But as we get further and further away from the devastating effects in 2020, and as we kind of build on these projects and this revenue growth and so forth, and as they invest more and more, I think the disposition regarding Chapek will change. Maybe not entirely, but change for the better as we kind of get settled in here more with this new kind of administration and what they want. Just stay the course. Stay the course. Keep doing what you're doing. I think it'll work itself out. There are problems. I have problems with him. I understand. I get it. Don't boo him, crowd. Don't boo him, fam. That's wrong. That's wrong. Now I know people who are watching this show wouldn't do that.
No, 100%, 100%.
Because ours, like I have said before, ours is our fandom, our viewers. Let's say they're a cut above.
Well, yeah, and like I even said before, there wasn't that many people doing it. I mean, there were a handful doing this. Because you really have to listen in all those videos. You really have to listen to even make it out. And I understand there's stuff going on. There's music. There's people also cheering and clapping on top of it. But it wasn't a resounding. So yeah, this is definitely the minority. These are a few people in the audience that thought that they could stick it to Chapek.
The applause was kind of light.
Yeah,
I think that's for sure. He's not everybody's cup of tea, and
no one's super enthusiastic. No one is super enthused about Bob.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'll be fair to the guy, but I'm not like Team Chapek necessarily. But I'm going to give the guy a fair shot, and he's the guy flying my plane. What I mean by that is he's running the Walt Disney Company, so I'm going to root for that guy. I'm going to do everything I can to want to in terms of feedback, to the company and things like that. I want them to know what we want and for them to be better and do a better job. It comes from a more constructive place. This is kind of like bald man bad. Just everything he does is bad. He just sucks. I can't get on board with that. But yeah, I'm not like enthused though. Like this guy is not my favorite at all. Like he's not, there were a lot of other people I probably would have chosen way before him. Mind you, everybody at home, your boy Bob Iger is the one who picked him, by the way. Okay, so the guy that you all love, well, that's who picked him.
That's the guy. That's the guy. Look, he wouldn't have been my choice. Wouldn't have been my choice. I wouldn't have, selected him for the role. But he, like I've said before, and I was saying to some people that we know and others, right? He's the guy we have right now, and where the company is right now, he's probably the best person for that job. Maybe not the guy in 5 years. Yeah, when we're back into thriving mode, right? When we're when we're past these kind of very bad economic conditions that we're facing that we've talked about in the show before. With inflation, stuff like that, cost of living, all that. But in for right now, as the facts exist around us, as they are, as the economic realities are what they are, he's the guy, and I think he is the best guy for this role. So it might not be incredible, amazing, but I think we'll still have a company by the end of it, which is the most important thing that a CEO 100%. Can do.